What's up, YouTube? Today we got an iPhone 7 here. I'm going to be doing a review on this, a one-in-one review. So, my 5S right here do be charging. I hope it boots. Oh, it booted! Let's go! I can film that. Let's do another comparison then, I guess. This time, instead of doing the 7 and the 6, we'll do the 7 and the 5S. Let's go. So let's actually boot both these down. And then I cannot unplug the 5S or it's going to die immediately. Just keep that in mind. Let's boot up both of these at the same time. We'll give these a solid few seconds so they can just work. All right. You wouldn't want one to be still shutting down while the other one is down, so that would not be fair. Let's do this now. 3, 2, 1. Pressing both these at the same time. 3, 2, 1. Both pressed. 5S is obviously going to boot first because it doesn't have a capacitive home button. I don't know why that has anything to affect, but it does. All right, both phones are booting. Don't mind the cracks. I know it's going to be there. It's not like I can flick my finger and they're gone. Looks like the 7 is already clickable. This one's always clickable. All right, looks like our 7 is up with 100% battery up there, so keep this one in mind. 5S won't matter. It's at 100. If I unplug it, it'll die immediately. I'm not going to try it because it won't turn on again for a while. But technically speaking, this phone's at 100, this one's at 100, but really it's at 0. So anyway, let's do an app launching just like we did on the 6s. I don't have games on either of these, actually. These are pretty default, but we'll do the default apps and then continue on. Let's go to some FaceTime. You want to FaceTime someone? Okay. That, I didn't pay attention because I was just trying to cover things, but you guys can debate that one. Calendar. Looks like it opened first on the 7. And by the way, dark mode has nothing to affect on this. You guys want to pull that one off on me? It won't work. Dark mode will only help and affect battery life. So yeah. Alright, calendar. Looks like it did go first on the 7. It even opened first on the 7. Let's do some photos. 3, 2, 1. We definitely have got the 7. And let's go to some all photos. And the 5 froze. The Photos app on the 5 froze. Okay, well that was a long time. It just opened. Just tap the latest photo. Definitely got faster launching on the 7. Let's go home. By the way, if I didn't say, this is a 5S. Let's go to our camera app. So we're actually going to do 2 launches on this one. Obviously, by default, I'm thinking that the cameras will be launched to the back because I didn't change these, so yes. The back camera's launched. Now let's do the front cameras. Just entering app switcher was faster on the 7. Let's go into camera again. And it was still faster on the 7. Spam photos. Now let's do it in the dark. There is a difference between light and dark. So it's pitch black in the room now. So you can hear the 5S will spam. Ready? The 7 will not. So I don't know what's up with the 5S will spam in the dark and the 6 will, but the 7 will not. So that's just a 7 thing, I guess. Next, app of business. Let's do some mail. You want to read your emails, but you don't know how. Well, you don't know how fast you're going to be able to. You're going to find out now. This one's logged in, this one's not, but let's just see how fast an app opens on default. Oh, it is the other one is logged in also. All right, so I'd say the 7 loaded faster, even with having to load content. So let's go to the clock. If you want to set your alarm fast, you're going to miss it on the 5S most likely. Clock. And that one was on different, but you can judge that one. Let's go to some maps. You're trying to go somewhere, but you need to hurry up and get there fast. How fast are you going to be able to do it? Definitely you will be there faster on the 7. Let's start some directions. I don't want to learn more. I don't care. Yeah, we'll agree. We'll allow. I don't care. Let's just go to a random address. Is there any favorites that I have in my Apple ID? Yes. Okay, guys, we're just going to have to really do this, so just enter the address on this phone. 21. I'm going to enter both of the same addresses on each phone, so I can, it's fair, can load the same route. Hour 7, and let's go directions. And by the way, I don't live at Costco, so it's not my address. All right. Let's see here. I'm going to move the phones forward so you can actually see them. Let's hit the go button. Identically same.
Starting route to 2195 East Custer Avenue. You can ask Siri to report any accidents or hazards you see along the way. Head east on Sampson Street, then turn left onto Wynn Avenue.
Okay. So as you can see, the 7 definitely finished that first. The 5S also speakers aren't the best because it has tape over it because it might fall off. So, yeah, my 5S ain't in good condition. But it's okay. It works. Alright, maps will get you faster on the 7. Let's do some weather. You want to look at the weather, but you need to know how fast it will be. Definitely going to get faster loadings on the 7. Let's do some notes. 3, 2, 1. Definitely going to get, oh, that's my TikTok thing on the 7. Definitely going to get faster speeds on the 7. Alright, next up for app. I don't have any third-party apps on here, so yeah, my bad. I never used this phone in a while, and there's no need to have third parties on it, so I just don't. Basically just use it for reviews right now. Anyway, let's go to some next app. We got reminders. Alright, 3, 2, 1. Definitely going to get you way faster first on the 7, even though it had more prompts to load. Even with having more prompts to load. So we'll just allow both. And yeah. Alright, next app of business. Let's see what we got next. Next, we got stocks. So let me find stocks on this phone. 1 second. I don't know if I have stocks on here. I guess I don't. So it's going to start becoming really weird from now because there's going to be difference of apps on both these devices. So yes, it's going to be harder. All right, news. 3, 2, 1. Definitely news would go first. Oh, we don't know yet. Oh, actually went first to the 5S. I could be in looking at news before we got into the 7. That was weird. That was a web-based app, too. Maybe we just had an internet issue on the 7. All right, next app. We have books. No. We have TV. Okay. 3. TV app on iOS 12. All right, let's take a look. The TV app on iOS 12.5.1 has more color. The TV app on iOS 14.5 beta 2 has more of a dull color. All right, let's press both. 3, 2, 1. We get a faster launch on the 7. How about open app? We definitely get faster on the 7, and I hit start and it actually lagged. We get our TV notification on both devices. Fair enough. All right, next app. iTunes Store. Let's go to some iTunes Store. I don't know if I have that. Okay, I do. 2, 1. Definitely launched faster on the 7. Expected. It's still loading on the 5S, and it loads. Next app. Let's do some App Store. I know I have this on both devices, so 3, 2, 1. Oh, equal launch opening there, and loads faster on 7. Let's go to our updates on each one. They're in different spots. On iOS 12.5.1 is right here. on iOS 14.5 beta 1.5, I could say, because Apple did that weird release. It is up here. All right, let's go. 3. Now, this up here would be your login. I'm not even logged into the App Store on the 7 or the 5S. So the 5S is not really in my day right now. But I do definitely want to take as much care as I can with it. So I do not want it to just fall apart. So yeah. Anyway, let's go to some updates. It's going to be a little unfair because I think iOS 12 will win because it's just a feature right there. But let's just try it. Yeah, I think if you want to save yourself a millisecond or 2 stages lower than a millisecond, go with the 12. But there's no issue here. No updates because there's no third parties. And if there was an update, I still couldn't update on the 5S because I'm not signed in. All right, next would be we did books. Let's do our health. 3, 2, 1. Health app loads first on the 7, I believe. I didn't really pay attention too much on this. But, the charger for the 5S is about to come undone. Uh-oh. Okay. If that would have came out of the wall, it would have been dead for another 30 minutes. When this video will probably end in about 30 minutes. So if you want to get to more bugs and stuff, I'd go to the end. Because I'm going to do some, I'm going to open a lot of apps and see what one bugs. I tested this on the 7 and I know it bugs. So yeah. Alright, let's go home. Oh. 5S home button's really hard to press, so excuse the shaking when I go to press that. I have layers of tape over it so the bottom doesn't fall off. Only reason I have this phone right now is just to have as a very extra in case all my other phones are dead battery, and it's just sitting there. And also main reason for reviews. It's very handy for reviews still, in case you're maybe a kid and you're a parent and you're looking to get your kid a 5S. Then here you go. Definitely don't get them a 5S like this, for sure. You'd want to be able to use it as a phone at this point, unless you end up getting one with a really bad battery, something like that. You could get a power bank with it, but etc. Let's go to some home. I don't know if I have the home app on the 7, because like I said, my 7 is one of my main devices, so I do take storage and I do have home. I do actually edit this more. This one has every default app, but this one, 7, probably doesn't. So let's go home on both devices. Well, the home app, not home button. All right, 7 launches that first. They both had notifications, so it's fair. Let's add accessory on both. 7 goes to add the accessory first. Let's hit don't have a barcode or can't scan on both. And looks like we got faster on the 7 because it didn't take us into a new page. Let's hit cancel on both. And looks like the 7 was faster on canceling. Let's go home. Go home, 5S. Okay. Let's go to our wallet app on both devices. All right. Definitely faster on the 7, I believe that was. I wasn't really paying attention. Just trying to see if there was anything important that couldn't show. Anyway, let's do the settings app now. Definitely faster on our 7. So this is all expected, guys. The 5S has won like a couple times, though, so that's just kind of surprising. All right, we finished that. Let's swipe over and see what we got next. Next up, let's see here. Let's do some tips on both devices. 2, 1. Definitely faster on our 7. Let's hit welcome to iPhone on both. I guess we don't have a welcome to iPhone on the 12, so we'll just not do that. Home button. All right, next. What's next? Our podcasts app. Where's our podcasts app? Podcasts on both iPhones. 3, 2, 1, go. All right, looks like we got podcast open on both devices. All right, closed out of both. We had a lag stutter on the 5S. Let's go to some, what's next? Find My and Find My iPhone. Now, these are two different apps, but I still physically have to test them. Whoa, paintbrush. All right. Find My iPhone. Well, I missed that, but even though I still guaranteed I know that the 7 will win, it's not even a fair test at this point because I just know it'll win. Because obviously, you're not going to have to sign in and all that. So, period, straight. Now, before I continue, let's get a camera test on both. Let's take a picture of the same thing, but in like on the different phones. Let's take a picture paintbrush on 7, 3, 2, 1. And the 5S, which we're going to have to use the other camera because the back camera doesn't work. 3, 2, 1. Alright guys, came back with our results, and I'll give you a tell. 7's way better. Here's our 5S. Here's our 7. You know, if I want to send me an image instead of just a wallpaper, here's how I would do it. I'd hit share, and let's see how fast this processes. Let's see if I got AirDrop. It'll drop it right to the phone. Oh, please don't tell me my 7 has the glitch. No, it doesn't. I don't want to hit my 11 Pro Max, because that'll stop my recording. I need my 5S. I heard it make the noise and vibrate. Sent. Alright, now that we got it sent, the picture is actually higher quality displayed on the 5S than the 7 because the 5S has a smaller screen, so it's physically going to make the quality a little more oof. But actually the photo quality on the 7 is better, and the screen quality on the 7 complete is better. Alright, now, say I want to set this as my background. How fast is it going to be on the 7? Or the 5S. I'm not going to change my 7 background because I don't want to. I want to set this as my background now, so let's do it. How will it go? Set as my home and lock. Set both. Oh, set both. And now if I always press the home button. It's just satisfying seeing it leave right as it's done. Alright, so it's set. It looks nice. Paintbrush. Now we're in again. Now what was our last app? Let's see. We go to App Switcher on both devices. We can verify it was Find My / Find My iPhone. Find My Friends does not exist on the 14 anymore, so we'll skip past that. Our Contacts app. I have this on both. 3, 2, 1. Missed on both. 2, 1. Launched a little faster on the 7 and opened faster on the 7. Alright, next our files. 3, 2, 1. Opened faster by a quarter millisecond. However, whatever is less than millisecond. And loaded faster. Let's open a photo. Looks like about equal. Definitely got faster on the 7. About a millisecond the first time and a couple seconds the second time. Alright, Watch app. 3, 2, 1. Missed it on the 7. So we'll give the 5 a close. We'll go back to the Watch app on both. Definitely the 7. Don't tell me less. Alright, what's next here? We're about done. We got a folder left. Alright, so let's do some voice memos on each. 3, 2, 1. Oh, I missed the voice memos app on the 5S again. That's just pain. 2, 1. Definitely loaded. Launched faster on the 7. Loaded faster on the 7. Alright. Wow, fine. I don't care. Oh, fine. Alright. Next, let's do some compass. 2, 1. Oh, open faster on the 5S. Loaded about equal. Maybe the 5S actually won both of those. Alright. Measure. The 12 does not have that feature. The iOS 12, not the iPhone 12, the iOS 12 does not have that feature. Let's do the last app we basically have, which would be our calculator. You want to do your math problems and you gotta hurry. Your 7 will get you there a millisecond or two faster. Pressing out of a folder, going into a folder, equal. Now here's where the fun stuff happens. We're gonna do our RAM, and then we're gonna do our bug. So definitely gonna do our bug. Let's do that. Let's just zoom out for the purpose here so you guys can get a better perspective. It's about right there. It's probably okay. All right. Pressing home. Let's go to our first one first, which is going to be calculator. Did it refresh? Well, I didn't click them at the same time. Nope. I don't know. I believe the 5S has less RAM than the 7. I don't really get into the RAM specs too much of devices, but yeah. All right, now that we are done with calculator, we'll close out. Let's go to our compass. Neither reloaded. Let's close out of that. Voice memos. Neither reloaded. Watch. Neither reloaded. None reloaded. None reloaded. As you can see, it's way slower entering app switcher on the 5S. Photos was open secondly on there. We don't need to worry about that. Camera. Loaded. None closed the app. Find My. None closed the app. These are doing pretty good in RAM specs right now. Gaming test is still coming. None reloaded podcasts. Tips. None reloaded tips. None reloaded settings. None reloaded wallet. None reloaded home. Now these are just default apps, I know, but it's still surprising to see the 5S not reloading any of these. None reloaded health. None. 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 Oh! Okay, the 5S had a little glitch there. Oh, 5S reloaded. Reminders. 7 did not. 5S reloaded notes. 7 did not. 5S reloaded weather. 7 did not. 5S reloaded maps. 7 did not. That's not a reload on the 7. That's just a simple redirect for leaving app. Both reset the clock app. None reset the mail app. Both, well, that was different. I guess, let's see. Both reset the calendar app. Photos app is just not a thing, doesn't count. And both reset the FaceTime app. RAM test is complete. 7 definitely won the RAM test. At the end there, the 7 did get reloading, but the 5S definitely reloaded a lot more apps than the 7 did. The weather app just like, You know those noises I just made? But look at the apps. The 5S was tweaking. Okay. I've noticed this on iOS 12 a lot. When I used to use an iPhone with iOS 11 as my main device, way back, it always did that. I don't think that's necessarily a bug. I think that's just something it does. Clearing cache or something. I don't know. All right, now we're going to do that bug. So what I'm talking about with the bug is we're going to test each device individually, not at the same time. If I do this on the 7, I know it lags. Now let's zoom out. All right, FaceTime. Watch the lag start to appear around the second page. Now it's probably, yep, there was some lag. It didn't leave the app when I wanted it to. Now don't tell me it's not gonna. It was lagging around this point last time. Now it's just not gonna. Oh, well, it's not lagging. Oh, starting. Well, the last lag was a lot more impressing. It was actually kind of cool because it moved apps at the wrong time. And I wish I would have been recording the last time. I'm going to keep doing something until we get dramatic lag on both. Yeah, there was a big lag. My God. Alright, let's try the 5S now. I probably wasn't showing any of the 7 on the camera, so we're going to try this again. Yeah, look at that, look at that. Whole phone bugged out there. Yeah, that's definitely a bug. Well, an overload, I could say. The 5S is going to be hard to do this with because it's actually kind of slow. Okay, 5S experiencing lag as well. Yeah, 5S experienced a little lag as well. So sometimes I can get some really dramatic... Oh, 7 screen actually froze for a second. Dramatic... Wow, lag on the 7. Wow, we got some lag on the 5S as well. Alright, let's just see what we got here. Let's see how we can do this. Yeah, guys, there was some cool lagging earlier. It would show the I want to wait until I can get that lag again, guys. That was low-key amazing. Wow. But the first lag, guys, oh, now we got the bug. We got the complete iOS 11 leak bug right here. Alright, so we know the 7's bugged, guys. We know that's going to require a restart. 5S is not that bugged in this department. But if you continuously go spam apps, and you're going to get bugs. This was honestly amazing, and I'm kind of honestly mad right now. Let's give both these phones a restart, and let's try this bug again. The 7's burning right now hot. Alright, let's restart both these. Oh, what just happened on the 5? Something happened on the 5, I think. Anyway, check the marked time on this. 27 minutes 18. Let me just write that down real fast so I can review this part of the clip. 27:18. Alright. We'll see what that was after. Now let's restart both these devices. 5S boots actually really fast upon click, but the 7 will still boot faster than the 5S, I believe. I forgot because it was 27 minutes ago that I made this, but yeah. Alright, so it's been some time, and the 7 flashed. Seven completes first. After the 7, the 5S boots up. But the 6 is even faster than the 5S in boot up. I left my 6 at my grandma's, so I cannot add this into the test right now. Alright, let's try some app glitches on the 7 again. I want this to happen. Come on. Don't be afraid to glitch sometimes, iPhone. You can do it. I'm showing YouTube. You can glitch now. Please. Thank you. The Tips app was doing it too. Every single one of these apps was showing the application like large. Like, it was cool. It was an experience, I'll tell you. We're getting these, but the first one was honestly a sick bug. We're getting the same kind of bug, just not the same animation I really expected. So that was definitely a very cool bug. I wish to stay when I keep spamming apps. And see, you get those casual ones, but I like the big one. And you know, when I stop recording and I try it again, it will happen. But yeah, right now we're solid just opening apps like pretty fast. I don't like this though. Honestly, I like the bug. It's really cool. It gives you more of an experience of the application. Yeah, guys, this is just useless. Nothing's happening at this point. Now let's swipe up on both of all the applications we closed. Alright, 5S closes first, I guess, for some reason, because it doesn't have as many apps as the 7. Alright, both closed. Now I want to get the bug. Oh! Oh, we're getting some lag. Oh! It happened on cam, guys. Let's go. Review that. Go back 20 seconds. You'll see how the apps just cooked themselves a little bit and just really lagged out there. That was cool. Okay. This is about it for the test, honestly, guys. What was next on there? Speed, camera. Yeah, that's about it, guys, honestly. We did the bug. I can talk about the phones a little bit. So you can see, about 31 minutes is when we just run out of stuff. The 7 is literally burning right now. And it's hot. 5S is warm. I wouldn't call it hot. Batteries, probably 0, even though it says 100. Battery, 78. But we've been filming for 31 minutes. And I'm pretty sure some people are watching here because people do forward YouTube videos. That is a thing. No one's watched the whole complete video because I don't think anyone will watch a 31-minute video through, no matter who it was. But I don't care, I'm still making. And I'm sure you skipped to this moment out of the views I get on my videos, which is mostly a lot. So I'm sure you've got to this point in the video somehow. You probably skipped the video, etc. See, this is my 11 Pro Max currently filming on. Look at the 5S down here as I move the 7 into frame. It definitely, the focus. What if I put an older iPhone and a newer iPhone down there? Since it thinks it's an older iPhone, will it still focus on the newer one? Let's see. Nope. Still focuses on our 5S. What if we put a paintbrush in here that is not an iPhone at all and we have 2 iPhones down here? What will it focus on? It will still focus on the paintbrush. What if we got 2 paintbrushes and we put both of them in the frame and there's 2 iPhones down there? It's going to focus on both paintbrushes. What if I put 2 iPhones on top of 2 paintbrushes? Guys, I'm just being ridiculous right now, but here's different amounts of focus that you might get with your iPhone. It's going to take its focus away from the 5S and focus on everything else. What if I physically click the paintbrush? Nothing will happen. Okay, focusing is good for my 11. Let's put our paintbrushes back. Okay. All right. Well, let's go to our lock screens. Lock sound happened first on our 5S, then on our 7. Let's press home button. We got our Christmas tree on our 7. Our paintbrush on our 5S. Alright, guys. This is about it, honestly, with our video. Here's what we're going to do. Let me think. Skip ahead a couple of 20 seconds. We are going to do this. On your iPhone, we're going to check a few things. I'm going to show you guys something. Well, I can really quick. Okay, so go to your settings and your generals. Your abouts. Obviously, you can rename your phone. Here's our iOS versions. On our 7, we got 14.5. On our 5S, we got 12.5.1. 5S, model name. Ooh. Key. iPhone 7 model name. All right, next. It will, if your warranties has expired a year or earlier ago, it will show it. It'll say expired. Example on my 11, that's what it does because it expired a little more than a year ago. But it still shows it. So about 2 years that warranty expired will not show up anymore. It will just be nothing. Nothing will be there. Network, we got TFW on both. These are both locked phones. Now this 5S was not originally my phone, but it is still a locked phone. My 7, this was originally my phone. Got it 25th, but it's a locked phone, TFW. My 6, for example, is not locked. I can put an AT&T SIM I find on the street in there. I can put a Sharp SIM in there if I find one. Put anything in there I want. We got songs, 0 on each. So this is just a really cool section. Carrier on iPhone 5S, 36 out of 1. TFW. On our iPhone 7, 45.51. This phone is still getting carrier updates, even though it's not an activated phone. It still gets its carrier updates. So yeah, my 11 is also with the 7. We got all of our other numbers carrier locked. It will tell us this is a SIM locked phone. So if I go to put in a SIM card that is not a TFW, it will need activation and it won't complete it. It's not unlocked. This phone does not have that feature. But if you really, really want to know if your phone's SIM locked, you have another SIM card laying around. That's a different carrier than the one you got in your phone. If you're craving to know, you will be able to know. Simply, all you'll have to do is very simply put it in. If it comes up with activation, I would... Disclaimer. Do not do this if you don't know your Apple ID password. Sometimes it will lock you to where it says, Apple ID password. Please enter the Apple ID password that were used on this phone before the SIM card was put in. Other times it will not, but I don't risk it. If you know it, you can try it. I know my Apple ID password, so I did it. I did it on my 7 too, and it went to activation. It's nothing dangerous for your iPhone. It's just simply warning you that you can't use that SIM in your iPhone. Not that bad. All right, guys, that's about it. Let me just show you what I mean here. I don't know how long the 7 will last unplugged, but I basically kind of did a battery life test on the 7. So let's do one on the 5S. Well, if I just said 7 will last, I meant 5S. Let's unplug our 5S. We're at 100. We're unplugged. If I plug it in, I guarantee you it'll die. Okay, I'm wrong this time. But while we're talking, it might die. Sometimes, guys, if I leave it plugged in all night and wake up and unplug it, it'll die before I even touch it. It'll just shut right off. Some other times, it'll be opposite. It'll stay on for a little bit. Something to point out fast. 5S is gleaming no service. It used to have bars when I first got it, but the only TFW SIM I had left that I put in makes it say no service, so that's weird. Our iPhone 7, none of these phones are actually, I can call on them, except my 11. But we have bars on the 7. And this 7 has a 3G capability, too, if it was to be activated. But yeah, that's about it, guys. And find my specs here. I cannot show addresses, so I just won't go near it. But you can see it shows all my devices. Like, for example, my 5S that's in the video right now is now it's updated. The 7 that's in the video is this iPhone updated. My iPhone I'm filming with, my 11 Pro Max right there, now because it's online, so it's updated. Now that's Find My iPhone. Also, my battery actually drained a little bit. Now I'm going to take a screenshot. I don't want to show my address, so I'm just going to blur my address out. I'm really sorry for the wait here. I just really can't show my address, so. Alright, guys. 1 second here. Alright, guys, so first off, while we're talking here, I'm using a screenshot editing Apple feature to edit this screenshot a little bit, so yeah. If you guys are wondering how I'm doing this. Okay, almost done, guys. You should have forwarded at this point. But as you can see, we got our stuff here. Our battery. Find My will tell us. Now, this is original. Now, it will show a whole map of where your device is. Will show your address and then your name on the iPhone on top. And then it will show when it was last updated, or if it's updating, or if it's updated. And it will show now, or 1 minute ago, 3,000 years ago. Well, after 24 hours, the Find My app will just say, no location found. So that's pretty cool. Well, not cool. I'd like it there if a phone broke and I looked 3,000 years later, or someone else did, it would still show that location that it was in 3,000 years ago. That would be pretty dope. But it won't do that. All right, guys, next up we have our other features. So we just cover that address real fast. Let's see, is this going to cover it? Okay, yeah, I guess. All right. So we got our... Okay, so there's a refreshing thing right there. Spinning and refreshing. But we got our play sound. So if I play a sound on my phone, it's going to stop the recording, so I'm not gonna. We have lost mode, which if I enable that, it will also stop the recording. We have erase this device, which if I do that, I will lose this recording without even getting it uploaded to YouTube yet. If I hit directions, nothing will happen. Just the iPhone 7 will go into maps and take me directions to my iPhone. All right, we got notifications. So if my iPhone is offline, we can enable notifications, or if it gets stolen, and enable location notifications. That way, if the person who stole my iPhone goes to their house, connects it to Wi-Fi, a location will be pinged. And if they decide to, oh, I'm all smart, I'm going to turn off location services. It doesn't matter. I can enable lost mode on the iPhone, which will automatically enable location services. And I can also put in a message. So if I do, I'm not going to hit save. I can put in a phone number. Just make sure it doesn't bring up my number. Just put in a phone number, right? Actually, let me demonstrate this to you guys. Oh, our 5S isn't dead yet, because it's off. All right, let me mark my 5S as lost really quick. So here's my 5S, as you can see. Let's mark it as lost. Let's enter a passcode because we have to. And let's next, and activate. This will put it in low power mode. And here's our 5S. Come on. Oh, I didn't put a message or anything, though. I got to do that. 1 sec. Okay, now we put our message. It will update that message onto the iPhone, and we can call it. Obviously, I cannot call it because the iPhone has no service. Vice versa, if I do it on here, it will work. So, yeah. And as you can see, the device is put in low power mode by the yellow battery. So, yeah. And we obviously have our device logo. Anyway, enough. Let's check out Find My iPhone. It's different than Find My. Let's take a look at that. And let's plug in our iPhone 5S. If it does not die, we can review this. It didn't die. Let's unlock our iPhone with our password that made us set. Let's go to our Find My iPhone. Oh, now let me log in. All right, logging into iPhone. Well, Find My iPhone. Okay, it's logging in, and it's locating our devices. When it locates, it's going to ping our location, so our iPhone 11 Pro Max is pinging. It's right there, but I'm not going to show the address, so I'll zoom out. But it's pinged. It's pinged on the map. It says now. We have all my other devices, and then we have other people's devices. But here's my devices, and let's click my iPhone 7 that I'm using in this video. If I enable lost mode on the device that I'm using, it'll just lock the device. Like, it will just simply go, but really fast. Anyway, let's lock. By the way, yes, I did. My iPhone 6 is not at my house. It's my grandma's. But it pings up on the map. So let me zoom out enough where you guys can't see any address or how. Well, it don't matter. It's not even a map anyway. You won't even know. So my iPhone 6 is pinged at my grandma's house right now. If I look at it physically, it's at my grandma's house. I can see that it is, along with my grandma's iPad. Anyway, let's go to our iPhone 7 if I can find it here. 7 gold. And if I action this, hit actions, enable lost mode, turn it on, and I put in these numbers. All right, next. And I put in a message. And we save it. Watch my 7. It just locks immediately fast. And will give me this option, and since it's not activated, but I have bars, so physically I can call the phone. We'll call the number.
To complete your call.
As you can see. And if that phone that they lost does not have service, you can take your phone, for example, open the dial app, or phone app, depends on. And give it a call. Because you know this phone is on a service, but yeah. Our iPhone 7 now. As you can see, also, if I zoom out here, the 7 it'll show the phone with a little lost mode on iOS 12. This is what I like about iOS 12, is how the phone will do this. iOS 13 it does not, but iOS 12 it does. It'll show the phone with a little lost mode, and it's accurate because that's literally what it shows on the phone. It does not do that on iOS 13. So here's the phone in the picture. Here's the phone. So it's pretty accurate. iOS 13, 14, and 13 with the new Find My will not do that. But yeah, that's about it for today's video. I will see you guys soon, and let's unlock this iPhone. Oh, great. And it's unlocked, and watch this phone. It will now update that status with Find My, and it will go back to its normal screen. I did not touch that, it just did that. So yeah, pretty cool. This will be the end of today's video review. Oh, this was a long one. Alright, well, batteries. This one would probably be dead in a few minutes after I end the video, so we'll throw that on my bed. Our 7 is at 68. So it went from 100 to 68. Not too bad for a long video recorded like this. But yeah, guys, let's get both. Now I do have to review this time, which would be 27 minutes and 18 seconds for the glitch on the 5S that I apparently saw. I believe I did. I believe I saw a flash while restarting. Well, shutting down. So we'll have to check that out. I'll have to after editing this video. And I hope I run into no issues, because this video was a literal 50-minute video. And if it discards, oh, imagine. But yes, that 27 minute 18. Comment down below if there was anything there. Well, it doesn't really matter, but it was very trippy. I'll have to see what happened. I don't know if it just showed its home screen like this because it glitched while shutting down. If the battery did something like try to die, but it didn't. I don't know. We'll have to check that out. But anyway, out.